On the eggflation right now, boy, this is amazing. 44% increase over the last month. Wholesale inflation in general rising at a 3.4% annual rate in that PPI number that came out. So let's bring in Doug Flynn on this from Flynn Zito Capital Management. Here comes Doug. Look at this. This is a big reveal of Doug Flynn. So I want to go to tariffs because Trump just announced this reciprocal tariff idea. It's supposed to be ready, according to Howard Lutnick, by the 1st of April. But talk to me first about the price of eggs. I'll put it up on the tablet, and for emphasis, I'll circle it because it's a big number, 44%, right? So that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is a lot. And, I mean, this has everything to do with the bird flu outbreak. I mean, 158 million birds were slaughtered. And if you just think about that for a second, when they slaughter them, they have to take out everything at the farm, and then they have to clean it, disinfect it. They have to replace those chickens, and you can't just replace them with fully grown chickens. It takes months for them to get of age to lay eggs. So this is going to be a problem. It's going to persist.
Well, it's not something you can blame Trump for necessarily. We said this when Biden was president too a lot. No. Like, presidents get blamed for this stuff, and it wasn't always Biden's fault. And people say, well, Trump hasn't brought prices down. Well, not at least with eggs. You can't pin this one on him, right?
No, but you know, the people that are complaining now about the eggs were not complaining about them last time. So listen, we could all complain about eggs, whether it was last time or this time. It's a problem, and people are cutting back. They're looking for alternatives. They're buying less. They're doing what they can do. But that's what happens in anything when the prices go up a lot. They look for alternatives, and that's the first thing you have to do until things settle down. They'll eventually settle down, although the Department of Agriculture is saying expect another 20% increase on top of this before you see any kind of relief.
All right, now let's get to tariffs. The beautiful word, as the president said, or now two beautiful words, reciprocal tariffs. And he talked about it in the Oval. We watched this there a short time ago. Here's a clip.
You can build a factory here, a plant or whatever it may be here, and that includes the medical, that includes cars, that includes chips and semiconductors, that includes everything. If you build here, you have no tariffs whatsoever. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think our country is going to be flooded with jobs.
Flooded with jobs, and he says prices might not go up. Wishful thinking? Right. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the tariffs that we're talking about now, the reciprocal ones, he floats it out there like he's going to put it out immediately without regard across the board. And then what he eventually does is he comes out and says, we're going to examine the reciprocal tariffs. So that's what we're examining now.
Yeah, until April 1st, apparently.
Correct. It's you know, we have this now. Okay, in a way, this is another pause, if you will. Floated out there, pause, and the market reacted positively that it's not going into effect. But now we have to think about it. In 2 weeks, that 30-day pause on Mexico and Canada starts to roll off. So this is the tactic, and I think it's working. He's getting people to come to the table. India and these other countries are saying, you know what? Let me get out in front of this. Let me lower some of the tariffs that we have, so that maybe you don't hit us so hard on the other side. Because the reality is, everyone else has a lot more to lose than we do in this, even if there's some short-term disruption or pain on our fronts. They have much more to lose.
Be interesting to see what we get or what's said from the Indian point of view with the Prime Minister today. Thank you, Doug. Doug Flynn there. Close.